Hey, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I'd do a little behind the scenes thing here. I've got to record a bit of a piece to camera for next week's stream. I've just finished the live stream here on the Reactions Line studio set. And I did mention at the end of that in the secret content area that I'm rocking a new Promptit Maxi teleprompter. If you haven't seen those guys, they do some amazing work. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring up their website. This is a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff that you don't normally get to see. I'm also now dealing with everyone who's messaging me about the live stream tonight saying, hey, thanks so much, this was great, blah, 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 and kind of reading through that stuff. So usually after every show, I'd love to be able to push the close down button, shut down and go away. But unfortunately, that doesn't always happen. Or if I'm going to share my screen, I can. Isn't that nice? So this is the Promptit website. These guys make these amazingly affordable teleprompters that stick on tripod stands. I've got it mounted up in front of my camera up here on top of my screen, and it just makes it really easy for me to see what's going on. I'm actually going to use it as a teleprompter. Usually I have my program feed and I'm trying to get teleprompting to happen for the comments, so I keep looking directly at the camera as opposed to looking down at the screen. Tonight though, actually I can show you probably a little bit of it. I wonder if that's open. Let me click on this thing. Oh, that's another whole thing. So yeah, check them out. Really good. prompt-it.com.au. It's a fantastic product. Really well manufactured. The plastic is really nice plastic. The carry case is fantastic. Like it's super schmick. And made by people who use it every single day, which is fantastic. And it just, out of the box, it's just awesome. The software they're running is Teleprompter Plus 3, which I'm about to run now. So I've got to record this piece to camera. So up here on the iPad, I'm actually changing it over to the Teleprompter software, which is now opened up. So now I need to write a script. So that's what I'm going to do now. So scripts, new script. So using another iPhone or iPad, you can write your script. So I'll probably copy and paste the one that I've just done. And there'll be a whole heap of stuff that I'll say in here. It just makes it a lot easier for me to read it and get it done. Before it was taking me like 10 takes to do a piece to camera. I'm now doing it in 2 takes, which is so much better. So I'm going to write the script. So this is going to be next week. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. I don't know what I want to say, actually. What have I got to say? Maybe I'll make it more friendly. Maybe just go, hey, thanks for joining us. So, hey. Don't forget next week. I should look back at an old one that I did because I actually, even though I was doing it off the cuff, I actually kind of got that down pretty well. Let's go Facebook. If you've come over from the show, thank you for subscribing. I do appreciate that. Oh, that's not right. Where's the next week one? I'll see if I can bring out the content. I'm going to be recording a new thing. Yeah, I've forgotten how to do it. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Reaction. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to. This is a pretty good one. Seriously though, next week, ladies and gentlemen, on Reactions Line, we'll be talking about the art of next week on Reactions Line, is what I'm going to say. We attempt to cover, because we're not going to comprehensively. We attempt to cover the elusive topic of, what's next week's topic again? See, I literally forget all this stuff all the time. Renting, okay, of renting versus buying. Also known, I'll go AKA. No. I'm going to get rid of renting it versus buying. I'm just going to call it buying a house. Is it a scam? Where we will cover, pros and cons of buying versus renting. Yeah, more. As I am definitely not an expert, I'd love to have a few experts. If you have experience in this area, or if you or someone you know have experience in this area, please reach out to me. To us. At gmail.com. Phone number on your screen. There. Or via social media. So if you've just joined me, I'm actually working on the script for next week's. I think there's a little bit behind the scenes. I'm just writing the script now, which kind of keeps me on my toes. If you'd like to comment on this, you can below because you've got the ability to chat on this one. I'd love to have a few experts talk with you or someone. Hang on, have I got... what's the program called again? I do. So I can actually show you what I'm doing. Okay, apparently I don't have the software. So I'm writing this up now anyway. I'll go back to what I was doing. Or via social media. What did I say after that? A failure. That's right, Tuesday the 20th on how you fail or things that have failed or email reactionsline@gmail.com. We'll see you next week. See ya. So I want to throw in a bit there. Remember to support us by liking our pages, liking us on YouTube Facebook, and Twitch. And should you wish to support, can do so on our Patreon. Thanks again for all your support. And we'll see you next week. Okay, there's my script done. So now I simply launch the program on the iPad, which I've done. I switch over to my next week feed. I've got to edit this title, so let's do that. Oh, what's it going to be? Buying a house, is it a scam? Make that a bit bigger. Enter it up. Out there. Okay, so now we'll do the piece. I'll just get this start prompting and I'll get rid. Oh no, I've lost connection to my teleprompter. Connect to Adrian's iPad. Okay, that's fine. Practice. Next week on Reactions Line, we attempt to cover the elusive topic of buying a house. Is it a scam? So it's not quite fast enough. So let's go back here, see if I apply my defaults. Let's go back. So I got the last one quite right. I just need to tweak a few things. So we go settings, save as default. Now go back to the other one. Next week. Settings. Use default. Okay. Start prompting. Practice. I'm going to hit record. Hey, next week on Reactions Line, we attempt to cover the elusive topic of buying a house. Is it a scam? We will attempt to cover everything from the pros and cons of buying a house to the current market here in Sydney and more. As I'm definitely not an expert, I'd love to have a few experts to talk with. So if you know someone, or I'll start that all again, I started to stumble. From the top, please. Oops, from the top. I have to click it when I see it at the top. Hey, next week on Reactions Line, we attempt to cover the elusive topic of buying a house. Is it a scam? We will cover everything from the pros and cons of buying a house versus renting, the current market here in Sydney, and more. As I'm definitely not an expert, I'd love to have a few experts to talk with. So if you or someone you know has experience in this area, please reach out to us at reactionsline.com. That is fail. I forgot to push the button. So close. Hey, next week here on Reactions Line, we attempt to cover the elusive topic of buying a house. Is it a scam? Where we will cover everything from the pros and cons of buying a house versus renting, the current market here in Sydney, and of course, people are going to fucking make noise. So frustrating. How do I turn that off? Let me see. It's so irritating. And I've got pop-ups galore over here. That's all got to be gone. That's all got to be gone. I've got everything closed over here. That's closed. That's closed because I don't want pop-ups. That's closed because I don't want pop-ups. Okay. Damn it. We'll start all that again from the top. Hey, next week on Reactions Line, we attempt to cover the elusive topic of buying a house. Is it a scam? We will cover everything from the pros and cons of buying a house versus renting, the current market here in Sydney, and more. As I'm definitely not an expert, I'd love to have a few experts to talk with. If you or someone you know has experience in this area, please reach out to us at reactionsline@gmail.com, the phone number on your screen, or via social media. Remember, I would love your support on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And should you wish to provide a monthly donation, you can do so on our Patreon. Thanks again for your support, and we will see you next week on Reactions Line. See you then. Yeah, I now have to reply to a few people, but I'm trying to find the next week. Here we go. Copy. Next week, buying a house. Is it a scam? I'm going to change it to 8 p.m. on Tuesday, the 1st of August. Seriously? Wow. Okay. So there's my copy. Add a video. Everything records in here. 8:52. That seems about right. It's 43 seconds. Let's just check it because I'm known for failing at putting the audio on. Oh, I can move that in the center too. I like to have a funny, I usually hold a face at the start of the thing because it creates a funny thing, but I missed it this time, so I'm going to have to create a custom one. So let's go back to this one. Let's click off that. Use snipping tool. Oh. That'll do it. It's quite funny. Okay. Make sure everything's right. We now publish that. Okay, so I've now published the post. I like the funny things that you do there. Whatever it was, I can't remember. Oh, the next thing I need to do is jump into my Biamp Audio. Had this one for quite a while, which is awesome. I now need to, oh yeah, it's quite a ridiculous file. Multiple mics and stuff here. I now need to record the topic for next week, so you should be able to hear this. Yes, yeah.
Work-life balance. How do you make it work?
To listen to it, press 1. To re-record it, press star, followed by pound.
Buying a house, is it a scam?
To listen to it, press
Buying a house, is it a scam?
To listen to it, press 1. To re-record it,
Buying a
press
house,
star,
is it a scam?
followed by
Yeah, let
pound.
me re-record that. Buying a house, is it a scam?
To listen to it, press
Buying a house, is it a scam?
Ooh,
To listen to it, press 1.
Buying a house, is it a scam?
yeah, perfect.
To listen
Okay, so that's set. So I'm now ready to receive the voicemails. Still waiting for Facebook to publish this video. Yeah, and that's pretty much what goes into the back end of creating the behind the scenes stuff with the teleprompter and the next week's thing. Anyway, just a bit of insight. Thought you might enjoy it. Anyway, have a good night. I'll see you next week. Oh yeah, by the way, remember to like and subscribe and all that stuff. All right, ciao.